For years, the BPO industry was the Philippines' quiet miracle. Night shifts paid better than day jobs. A headset could lift a family into the middle class. Cities like Manila and Cebu were built around it. Condos, malls, restaurants, transport, everything followed the BPO worker. But here is the uncomfortable question we need to ask today. What if the Philippine BPO industry does not disappear suddenly but slowly fades out right in front of us? Because the threat is not dramatic. It is subtle. And that is what makes it dangerous. Let us start with the biggest risk: automation and artificial intelligence. Most BPO jobs in the Philippines are still voice-based, repetitive, and rules-driven. Customer support, data entry, basic back-office processing. These are exactly the types of jobs artificial intelligence is now replacing first. Chatbots do not take breaks. They do not call in sick. They do not need night differential pay. And for companies, they are getting cheaper every single year. Global estimates already show that a large portion of routine call center work can be automated within the next 5 years. Not all jobs, but even a partial shift matters. If only 20 or 30% of roles disappear, that already means hundreds of thousands of Filipino jobs at risk. And this is not theoretical. Some companies are already reducing headcount quietly. Not announcing layoffs, just not replacing people who leave. Alright. Now combine that with the second risk. Global demand is changing. The Philippine BPO industry is heavily dependent on North America, especially the United States. That concentration is a strength when things are good, but a major weakness when policies shift. There is growing political pressure in the US to bring jobs back home. Even the idea of outsourcing is becoming sensitive. Companies are being pushed to justify why customer service is offshore. At the same time, the Philippines is no longer the cheapest option. Latin America is becoming more competitive because of time zone alignment with the US. India continues to upgrade into higher value tech services. Eastern Europe focuses on specialized roles. The Philippines is stuck in the middle, no longer low cost, not yet dominant in high tech. So fast, which leads to the third risk, skills mismatch. The industry wants to move up the value chain, more analytics, more tech, more specialized support. But the talent pipeline is not moving fast enough. Many graduates are still trained for traditional call center roles, not advanced digital work. That creates a ceiling, wages go up, productivity does not rise at the same pace, and margins get squeezed. And when margins get squeezed, companies cut costs. The fourth risk is domestic, rising costs of living. Metro Manila and Cebu are no longer cheap cities. Rent, transport, food, and energy costs have all gone up. BPO salaries that once felt generous now feel stretched. That increases turnover. Higher turnover increases training costs, and that again pushes companies to automate faster. This is the cycle no one talks about. So now here is why this matters beyond jobs. The BPO industry is not just an employer. It is a pillar of the Philippine economy. It supports real estate, retail, transport, banking. It generates foreign currency. It stabilizes the peso. It supports millions of households directly and indirectly. If the industry shrinks slowly, the impact will not be obvious at first. But over time, fewer renters, softer condo demand, slower consumption, lower tax revenue, and more pressure on overseas work as people look for alternatives. This is why the risk is not collapse. The risk is erosion. Will the BPO industry disappear completely? No. But will it look the same 10 years from now? Very unlikely. The future version of Philippine outsourcing will be smaller, more technical, and more selective, fewer jobs, higher skill requirements, less room for mass employment. And that means one thing for Filipinos: relying on BPO as a long-term economic safety net is becoming riskier. The industry that once guaranteed upward mobility is now facing the same forces every other mature industry faces. Technology, Competition, cost pressure. The real question is not whether BPO will survive. The real question is whether the Philippines adapts fast enough before the slow decline becomes impossible to reverse.